Hey everyone, my name is Juan Davila. I'm the Director of Operations and owner of I Can Be. My role at I Can Be is to oversee and collaborate with different departments. It goes from working with payroll, working with the scheduling team, working with HR, even in some cases, even working with the clinical team. To be quite honest, I have full faith and we have great professionals in each of those departments. So there's not much to oversee, but there's always that collaborative work. My life and background. I was born in Los Angeles, California, to parents who immigrated from Guatemala and came over to Los Angeles in the 1980s or late 80s. Was born in the late 80s, so I guess you could probably do the math how old I might be there. In terms of things that I like, I played soccer from age 4 up to about 22 years old. Was pretty competitive in the sport, but I think for me, and to be quite honest, something that always captured my attention was always psychology. I always wanted to help people, and I felt that was a field and perhaps a way to help people. So from a very young age, and I actually wrote something in my freshman year in high school where I wrote on paper what I wanted to do long term in life, and I found that paper not so long ago, and I was reading that said that I wanted to be a sports psychologist. I wasn't too far off in terms of what I ended up doing, but yes, helping people is something that was always there for me. Being able to play a sport also allowed me to work as a team and to look at effectively how we can work together towards the main goal, which is, in this case, and what we do in applied behavior analysis, to help the clients that we serve. In terms of career, I first started in the field of applied behavior analysis in 2009. That's when I first started as a behavior technician. I was able to go from behavior technician to a supervisor. I also worked for an adaptive skills agency that allowed me to even supervise, in some cases, a lot more. So I was able to get more in depth in terms of what it entails, right, to oversee a behavior technician or someone that's working directly with the client. So that did serve and help me a lot. At I Can Be, it allowed me to look more into the administrative work. Of course, we did have collaborative work with other professionals that understand how to do things as it pertains to finances, such as our CPA group, in terms of HR from ADP, so on and so forth. But yes, that is what my career has looked like so far. The history of I Can Be, it started even before we actually opened the organization. So as mentioned prior, I started working in the field of applied behavior analysis as a behavior technician in 2009. And I think that our experiences with the families with whom we served did provide us with indication that there was this gap that needed to be pretty much filled. And what I mean by that is that the Latino community, doesn't matter the background or the countries that the person may come from, but the ability to relate from a more personal level, background, so on and so forth, it's something that not all the families had. And my brother and I, Dr. Davila, believe that that's something that we wanted to do, and that it was something that, and especially with our skills and knowledge that we received through behavior analysis, something that we want to do for the community as well for the clients. So that was always the intention there. And in 2015, we did decide to start doing that, and we started with a handful of clients in 2015, and we did a great job. And I think that we're starting getting out that, we were attention to detail, we cared about the person, and we care about the progress for the client whom we served, and as well as the families. And we started out here in the San Fernando Valley. We soon started expanding towards Orange County. Of course, we did have a lot of great team members, some that are still with us, some that are not, but nonetheless, they are still part of the history of I Can Be, and did allow us to start expanding. So we expanded to Orange County around 2017. Around 2018, we expanded to Ventura County. We expanded in 2018 as well to San Mateo, and right now we're also expanding towards Inland Empire. And that is a little bit about the history of I Can Be. There's a lot more, but what I do want to say is that we have a great team, and I think that we always strive to look for team members that have the same values and morals that Jose and I have, Jose being Dr. Davila. And in terms of, in this case, is really looking at the client, helping the client, and also looking at the team that we have and how we can help them. Currently at ICANB, we, as mentioned prior, we did expand to different regions, but I want to say that what is occurring right now is that we have a lot of professionals that started with us as behavior technicians that have moved on to becoming case managers that were supervised by BCBAs and that are now BCBA themselves. So there is a lot of opportunities now being provided to our team members from within, something that we truly believe in as well. But I think that that is the biggest indication there. Technology is another thing that we're looking into, such as providing iPads to all our behavior technicians, so pencil paper is not something that we utilize, at least not as often. We want to provide the best possible resources to our team, and I think we're doing a good job on that end. What makes ICANB different is how diverse we are. And what I mean by that is that we have people of different backgrounds, ethnicities, so on and so forth, but we also come from the same communities in Los Angeles or all the residing counties. These counties tend to be very diverse, and we have team members that come from these communities themselves, so they understand the community, who they are serving as well. So I think that's what truly makes us different, and something, and part of what we're always looking for, which is the reason why we started the organization of ICANB, which is to help the community that we come from. My vision for ICANB is to continue to do what we're doing right now, and which is to continue to have professionals and to allow opportunities for our professionals to continue to develop and take on larger roles, to grow from within the organization that we have. There's always room for improvement across the board. I think that that's my vision for the organization, but the biggest one is technology. As I mentioned, the iPads is something that we started utilizing, as well as providing different type of platforms through Central Reach, which is a scheduling, also data taking platform or systems. Yeah, technology is something that I can see that we're going to expand, slowly going into perhaps providing more of those resources to our clinical team as well as our administrative team.